calls her. But I can tell you, just in case you want to know, they were the marriage coaches for the Gentry. So that tells you anything. 65 years of marriage. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, why don't we just get on our feet and welcome Pastor Ronnie and Laura to the stage tonight. Come on. Hit it. Here we go. Give it up for Dr. Laura.
I'm going to test him. How many years?
I didn't know I was getting a 10. 1989 minus 2013. 24.
Yes, it will be 24 years. June 2nd. And I have survived with him. He's had 20 plus years having the microphone, and I just would have to sit and look pretty. I told him, so tonight I had the mic.
By the way, I'm in disguise.
I told him he had to sit. I knew he couldn't look pretty. So he just has to sit and smile. Remember, Sarah, what we talked about. Kill it. All right.
I'm in disguise because...
There you go. There you go.
Because the tables are not made large enough for me to crawl under.
Yes. Well, in working on my PowerPoint, of course, being a teacher, I have to do things like that. It helps me plan. But I shared some points that I felt that the Lord honestly had given those to me, as He had given me my spouse. So, of course, it pertains to him quite a bit. And I shared some of the things with our sons. And they think they're very much appropriate. So, he has no idea at all. He keeps trying to go in and looking, and we won't even tell him. I don't think they've told him anything yet.
Yeah.
Okay. But we know when you get married, it's all lovey-dovey at first. They're sweet. They're romantic. They open the door for you.
I enjoyed the photo booth, by the way.
Today coming, just tonight, he goes to get in the car to drive.
I tried to open the door.
And whenever I went to get in, I realized not only did he not open the door,
I tried, she said,
but I had to walk through the mud to get in the car. So, things do change. You know, you have this...
my mic still isn't working.
He has such a big mouth. So things do change at first. You know, he was sweet and he would do those things. Of course, then 3 kids come along and, you know, it's all for your own then at that point. But you just get in the car whenever you can, wherever you can, and just pray you don't get left. Benjamin got left today at school. I thought he was with his dad. I happened to call Ronnie. I said, do you have Benjamin with you? No, I thought he was with you. And he's just in the school having a good time. But anyway, we normally don't neglect our children, but we had a lot going on this afternoon. We've left them at church a time or two. I think every parent has done that. If you haven't, you will. But...
Speaking of children, something's going around the water. You stay away from it.
Oh, believe me, no. I've been there, done that. But congratulations to, let's see, where's the Brassfields? Yeah, congratulations to them. And
The Duns done.
The Duns have done it again. Congratulations. Happy Valentine's. It's been good. All right. Enough said. Moving on. Things are great, like I said, but then after you've been married for several years, things kind of change. And remember going on those rides with your maid, and you would sit real close, and you would, whatever, this is all for show. Anyway, he really meant it back then. We would sit close, and we would talk, and he'd hold my hand, and he just wanted to hear everything I had to say. And he would even converse back with me, you know, it's more than a nod or a a grunt. Well, I've been into this one particular show, watching this, and when I ran across this one piece, it reminded me of how a lot of marriages are now, after years down the road. I want us just to take a peek at this right here. Let me know if you can relate to this, ladies. We have to be patient, as we are with our men. No, it just worked a few minutes ago. We've been practicing.
Keep on going. Technical difficulties.
How many of y'all have heard of Duck Dynasty?
Oh, yeah.
Miss Kay and Mr. Phil. They've been married a long time. And this particular episode, they are going out on the boat together to spend some time together. And sometimes our view and the men's view is different. You know, we think of things, oh, it's going to be romantic and lovey-dovey, and I don't know what they're thinking, because half the time they don't think, but anyway, you're still on mute, right? Carol, how are you holding up?
Great.
You're good. It's not working. Oh, man, we have to show this, guys. Come on.
We'll give you the okay whenever it gets rolling.
When it gets going.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tonight I was going to talk to you about the journey with my honey. But I really needed to show that video. Hopefully they'll get it going and everything. But they're in the boat, and she's reminiscing over everything that they're doing. You know, the memories that she has with him, and she's just like, remember here, I'll be Miss Kay and you can be Phil. You've got a beard, we'll just pretend it's really nasty. Okay. Are you ready? See, that's what Phil does. Remember that time that I bought you that new motor for your truck? Remember that time Si went with us out on every single date?
Sure.
Remember that time? I mean, and it goes on and on like that. You know, she's just details, all about the details. He's trying to look, but his eyes are probably closed. I can't tell with the glasses on, but Phil, in the video, he's just looking around for his logs. He's wanting for his duck line, you know, the whole time. Not even really paying attention to what Miss Kay is saying. And he goes on to say, over the years, I've just learned to turn all that chatter off. And I thought, surely my man doesn't think of me that way. Good answer right now, all for the show. But honestly, we know things do change. They don't buy the same kind of gifts that they used to. They don't say the same things they used to. They don't. Okay, but anyway, yes, and by the way, let me just, side note here. I was blown away today at work. It was rather comical. Yesterday, we sent home a note from Southwest Middle School that said, no deliveries are allowed. at Southwest Middle School. I'm out on duty. It was about 7:15. I look down at my phone. It starts blowing up, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, is something happening? And people are just saying, I'm praying for you. I love you. And well, that's sweet. And it just constantly going on. I go into my classroom. They call me, Miss Freeman, you have a delivery in the office. And I'm thinking, okay, Ronnie's forgotten, and he sent something again. So I go up there, and it wasn't from him. So then all my students are like, oh, you have a secret in mind? Maybe I do, I don't know. But, so anyway, I'm teaching away, and then they emailed me. Miss Freeman, you have a pickup in the office. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe this came from Ronnie. I went down. There were like 2 or 3 things I brought down, and I was like, it doesn't say who it's from or anything. So then after lunch, I come in, and this lady's walking in with like 20 or 30 balloons into my classroom, trying to get them in, and I'm like, what? She said, oh, you got 15 more that's just like it coming in. I said, and y'all don't understand, that wasn't just a 4th grade office where they're really cool about stuff like that. That was Mr. Denny's office, and he's not cool with stuff like that. So anyway, I'm sure I didn't even go over to his office later. I left as quietly as I could with my 50 balloons out the parking lot. But anyway, I was blown away by all the response. Everybody just, you made me feel like a princess. So I had to wear my tiara tonight. It was great to be treated so special. So I do greatly appreciate that. Okay, have you got it?
Working on it.
Come on, Kobe. We've got faith in you. You can do it. No pressure.
Do you want to try your slideshow yet?
My slideshow, yes. Let's go ahead. Maybe we can, I think you get the gist of the little episode with Bill and Miss Kay. But this is just the journey with my honey. Here's our story. Now, we all know that when you fall in love with someone, they have the keys to your heart. So he's looking, he's trying to figure out the path. Turn around, honey. Because he hasn't seen it, he doesn't know my point. But we give them, there we go. Oh, don't look yet. All right. So we give them the keys to our heart. And what's so funny, when I first met him, I was 16. He was 17 at our church. I was dating someone else, and he was too. And I really thought he was hot stuff. He was so fun. So fun. You are. And so I thought, okay. And my boyfriend was not there that night. And so I just thought, I'd do the Christian thing and go back and introduce myself to this guy because my boyfriend wasn't there. So I go back and I sat down in front of his pew and I said, hello, my name's Laura Freeman. Or no, Laura Freeman at the time. Oh, it's been so long. Anyway, I've been Laura Freeman longer than have Laura Curvin. Anyway, I said, hey, my name's Laura Curvin. What's your name? All he did was wave, and I thought, okay, either he's a jerk or he's a retard. I didn't know, but he was cute.
Hey, the microphone.
I wasn't sure at that point, but I did know he was. Later, several weeks later, I did find out he had laryngitis. So I was like, okay. So, that was the only time he couldn't talk. Then, y'all probably thought I had laryngitis, but no, I just haven't had a chance until tonight. So then, the guy asked me, he says, do you like that new guy at church? No skinny thing, no. Well, a few weeks later, our families all went on vacation together, and he stayed home and he took care of my dad's farm. We got home, and my pastor called the other guy up, our pastor went on our vacation with us. Several families in the church had gone on vacation together. He calls him up and he says, "Hey, Laura has something to tell you." What? What in the world? So the teenagers that think we get in your business, sometimes it's good and it pays off. Because if my pastor hadn't done that, it would have made it a little bit harder. So anyway, I tell him, "You know that guy you asked me if I lied?" I kind of do. So anyway, needless to say, things broke off with that guy. Thankfully. Thank the Lord. Friends to this day. Y'all are friends, I think. And so we got together. All right, so I was so excited to marry him. My senior year, he was a year older than me. My senior year, we got engaged. You know, the only stipulation was my dad said you have to finish college. Well, of course, I wanted to be a teacher all my life, so, okay. So we get married 2 weeks after I graduate high school. Don't recommend it for everybody, but it worked for us. I mean, it hasn't always been perfect. It will not be perfect. I think probably Miss Helen and Mr. Frank would say that. It's not always perfect, but you have to work through it, you know. So I had given him the keys to my heart, and I trusted him, okay? So our first night together, we get to our room. So romantic. We get in the room, and you know what he says? "Have you got the keys to the room?" Now, we're in the room, okay? "No, I don't have the keys to the room." And back then, they had the key that had the room number on it, so anybody could have got the key and come into our room. You know what I'm saying? So, about an hour later, after looking in the dark, he found the key on the back of the car. So, that should have been a red flag right then. You know, how many of you know of a time or two that pastor has lost his keys? Just raise your hand if you're aware of this situation that has happened. You can take your glasses off so you can see, honey. Tina, how many times have you had to make keys for, see, she can't even, yeah. He can't even look, he said. Okay, but we have people. But, you know, with God, I know I'm going to trust God. He has the keys. He knows where I need to go. He put me with this man. So I have to trust that God's going to take care of us. Even though he's made a few mistakes. I've made a few mistakes. He's lost keys. We went on vacation one summer. He's on mute, right? To Branson. We're there with his brother and sister.
Not that school.
You're mute. Just smile away. And we're all, Benjamin was in a stroller, and the process, I'm very organized, the process was to hand me the keys to put in the stroller.
I did, and she lost them.
No, because if he had done that, I would not have lost them. Anyway, mute. She's not doing it. So, we get back. We had reservations to go to Dixie Stampede with all of the family, all the little kids and stuff. We were all ready to go. We get back to our key, Silver Dollar City, or get back to our room, get back to our car with no key. So we all had to load up in their Suburban, leave. Then my wonderful husband, who had lost the keys, had to have our vehicle towed to, where was it that you had to have that towed, honey?
Because you lost.
No, that wasn't the question. Just one thing. Where did you have to have it towed?
Because you lost.
No. Springfield. My Branson is Springfield. So then, you know, you have a budget for your vacation, so that happened. And then we had to have a key made. And how much did that cost us that time?
Because you are.
Just get to the next part. Keep that part in your head because it's wrong.
I think about $300.
Okay. So keys have been a very important part in our marriage.
Very important.
Very important, and we learn from some of those mistakes. Where are your keys now? He's checking. I don't know. We've tried everything to help him keep up with his keys. I don't know. But that's one thing that has been an issue with him. And we pray that he gets better. But the good thing is, I'm sticking with this guy, whether he loses his keys or my keys. I'm going to stick with him because I know God put us together. So the next point I kind of want to hit on.
Oh.
Directions. Would you like to share anything right now?
My mic's off.
I don't know if you can see, but one thing that really stuck out to the boys and me was the fact that last spring break, I think. No, it was last spring break. We went on a road trip. It was quite the adventure. 4 states in less than 24 hours. Only with this man. It's never boring. He kept saying, I want to take a new route from Branson. And I'm thinking, but we're going to Texarkana to your nephew's first birthday party. We need to be there by a certain time. Yeah, but I think this route would be a little bit better. Okay.
Something different.
It was different. We were going down. The boys and I all looked to figure out where in the world we were. We had no cell phone service at that time. We'd just seen a movie about people. I can't remember what it was. I dropped people off in the... I don't remember what it was, and we were thinking, oh my word, are you mad at us? What are you going to do? You're just going to leave us out here for dead, and you're going to go home, and I don't know. So anyway, we finally got service, so he's like, okay, well, he found somehow this wild adventure little park. Well, the boys would like to go see all these wild cats, and...
Yeah, it was big tigers and lions.
Yes, big tigers and lions. Wonderful. It was freezing. It stunk to high heaven. But okay, we went.
They were rare cats.
Yes, very
Big
rare.
cats.
Yes.
My mic? Big cats. They were awesome.
Yes. Okay. Anyway,
Benjamin loved it.
Benjamin did love it.
He chased the chickens.
It was ducks, actually. Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Not the same. Chickens, ducks. Totally different. Okay, so
It's all the same.
we leave there. We're all freezing. It is so cold. We get in the car, and I'm like, okay, can we go to Texarkana now to visit your family? You know, we have to be at this birthday party by a certain time. Well, yeah, we're all hungry, though, so let's find a place to eat, okay? He says, we'll go down this way through, I think it's supposed to be Eureka Springs. We look up, we're in Fort Smith, okay? So, we're still smiling. We're on the adventure.
You're not smiling.
I wasn't smiling. So, we sit down, we have a nice meal.
Horns.
I had horns, they were coming out, I was angry. So, because he would not follow directions. So, he had his own plan, his own agenda. So, sometimes directions are good, you know what I mean? Plans are good, but he had his own. He wanted to be a free spirit that day, I guess. Alright, so, we eat. It was very good. We get in the car, and we're driving along. We have phone service, so we're all on the phone, you know. We look up. Where are we supposed to be going? Texarkana. We're in Oklahoma. Okay.
I took a wrong turn out of the restaurant. Come on.
Okay, so anyway, we finally did get to Texarkana, but I'm just telling you, normally it doesn't take 22 hours to get from Branson to Texarkana. If you ever want to go on an adventurous trip, go with him, okay? But directions are important.
Yes.
They are very important, okay? It kind of reminds me of people that are trying to serve the Lord and they're like, oh, let's go this way and try it this way, our thing.
Preach it.
Or, which way do you want to go? Do you want to follow the Lord and the map that He's given us? Or do you want to be a free spirit and end up with
No blow?
whatever? But directions are very, very important. Now the next point.
Oh, not that.
How many of you have ever had to come bring gas to my wonderful husband? Raise your hand. Okay, they're not here tonight, or they're too bashful to say. Okay. Numerous times this man has ran out of gas.
Only a few.
But the thing I don't understand in the car, my car, every car I've ever driven has a little light, and it sometimes it'll, blink at you, or it makes a sound that gets your attention, and that's when it's time to refuel. He has a hard time with that.
My cars don't do that.
If you didn't text and drive, you'd pay attention to that. No. Well, I think Leslie has something to add there.
No, do not get hurt in that.
Oh, good one. I'm so glad. Yes, Leslie has a few other stories she can share.
Up here.
If you have anything else to add, feel free to come on up, Miss Leslie. So, it is important that we keep fueled up, okay? Physically in our cars, but also in your relationship, whether it's with God or with a spouse. It's important because things do sometimes with all the kids, all your job. And I'm talking about relationship with God or with your spouse. Things run a little low at times. And we need to be refueled. And we need to spend time together with God, and we need to spend time with our spouses. And that's hard sometimes. It's really hard because I know working full time and 3 kids, 3 different ages, running here and there, and then doing everything at church, it does get tough. But it's so very important to your marriage and with your relationship with God.
That's why I enjoyed the photo booth. Can we do that again?
Anyway, moving on to the next thing. This is something that I felt like God gave me. It's not always lovely and sweet and pudding and pie and let's go love in the photo booth. It's not always that. Sometimes this is the reality. You worked all day, you come home, the laundry's piled up, everything's,
Not with me, I always do it. Oh,
Okay, that's something else. He does ironing, I don't iron. But anyway, there were 2 different definitions here because I wanted to call this the road with Ronnie or something. Whoop, where we go? Stay right there. So I was wanting to call it the road, with Ronnie. But now it's like, it's a journey. And I thought, okay, well, being a teacher, I had to look at what's the definition and what's the difference between the 2. Okay, well, a road is a thoroughfare, route, or way between 2 places for convenience. Is it always convenient when you're in a relationship? No, it's not always convenient. As great as he may be, it's not always convenient. So then when I look at journey, that is an act or instance of traveling from one place to another on a trip or a voyage.
4 states.
So 4 states, there you go, 22 hours, yes. So I'm just the type, I like to take an adventure, maybe not necessarily 4 states from Branson to Texarkana. But we still made the best of it, and the boys still talk about it, and they talk about all the fun they had with their crazy daddy that didn't follow directions and didn't listen to mama. But life is a journey, and it's not just a simple little road. You know, a lot of times we want everything to be simple. You know, even with our walk with God, we want it just to be simple, okay? Tell me where to go, tell me what to do, tell me to turn left, tell me to turn right. The bottom line is we have our own free will. And it's up to us to decide what we're going to do. And you may be in a situation, whether at work, with a kid, with a spouse, you know, that things aren't the way you thought that they should be. It's not as simple. But remember, you chose to go on that journey with Him. And you should stick it out. And then...
Amen.
Let's see, what happened? Somebody next one will come here. All right. Right here, I have a little song that I'd like to dedicate to my husband.
I wouldn't.
It's really going to move him. I hope it plays. Woo, we all move. You feel it? And here goes. Baby. Oh, I think, Kobe, what are you doing?
That's the technical people.
Huh? Well, does that mean time's up? Okay, we're on one. It's like, if you know the song, you can sing it. I don't sing. I teach fourth graders all day.
Nothing for my journey now. It wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. Gotta make it here somehow. And the time is turning around. He's over everything that's starting to make all the way back. Well, it's maybe it's still nothing for the journey now. There's nothing in this world that'll ever take the place of God's love. All silver and gold never buy my touch from above. When the totally healing and life again is beating in my heart, I can say thank the Lord, I wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. Well, it wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. Run away to the head somehow. Oh, never tell me and try to turn me around. He's over everything that's done and they all the way by now. Running back there, but still it wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. Oh, it wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. Oh, never tell me and somehow. Oh, never tell me and try to turn me around. He's over everything that's done and they all the way by now. Running back there, but still it wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. Yeah, but still it wouldn't take nothing for my journey.
And I can honestly say,
That's an incredible song.
I wouldn't take anything. I wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. Even, oh, my cross just fell. Is that symbolic of something? Okay, but he's picking up the pieces to help me. Thank you. Thank you. But, and I choose to continue on my journey with my husband. He may not be perfect, and I know I'm not perfect. I'll be the first to admit it before he opens his mouth and he starts talking about me. That's good. Neither one of us are perfect, and we'll be the first to admit that we're not perfect. But we know that God put us together for a reason. God's called us to do what we're doing at this point in our lives, and we are very blessed and very fortunate to get to be with all of y'all. Sorry to call you boys and girls. Remember, I'm with 10-year-olds. I'm sorry. But we are very, very blessed, and it's been an honor to serve with you guys. But one last thing I want to leave you with, guys.
Oh, wait. I thought you were done.
Just remember, when your wife makes a decision, remember this. Never laugh at your wife's choices because you're one of them.
Hey, did you guys get the little Duck Commander clip?
Yes.
She worked too hard on that to not do it. Come on, let's show it.
This one to do voiceover.
Oh,
Oh, come on, y'all.
Down at the bottom. Down at the bottom, you know, the icon. The main screen.
Terrible.
There's no people in here.
Houston, we have a problem.
Real.
Maybe you'll reload and play. If not, I'll let you go.
Hey, well, seriously, give me a mic while you're doing that, and we'll be done, and maybe we can show that at the end. Good?
You're on with me.
Okay, I'm on. Oh, you keep that, because you're going to do something. Did you do a great job? What I want us to do at the end is to bless those of you that are married, all of your marriages, those of you dating, your relationships, and whatever God has for that. And then I know that we have a few that are single. Does that work?
That's just sweet music.
Oh, that's just sweet music. I like it. Yeah, I get it.
No, it didn't. That was not baptized.
So, if you all just stand. Normally, so if you're with a mate, a husband and wife, I want you to take her hand, take them by